Hey, Thabreakmasta here, and this is gonna be my Avatar Legend of Korra Episode 4 review. I just love this show. It's amazing. I can't get enough of this. It's just this episode was really good and very insightful, and I just love it. I love it. I also want to say thank you to you guys for subscribing to me, watching my reviews. You know, I'm getting a lot of views on my Legend of Korra reviews, and I greatly appreciate it. I just want to tell y'all this. You know, thanks for all the likes and showing all the love. You know, so many Avatar fans. I didn't know how many Avatar fans there were, but it's amazing to see all these comments and all you people. You know, hey, all you people. Yeah, but you guys are awesome. So you know, thank you for watching. You know, my reviews. But you know, enough of that. Let's get on to the review. Try to summarize things as quick as possible because I don't want to make this too long. So yeah, first part of the episode, the first part of the episode, like when it first starts, we end up seeing this dream that Korra has, and Korra is like chained up like this and everything. She looks up, sees Amon, and Amon's all dun, 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 dun. You know, she's about to lose her bending, and then she wakes up, and that right there shows she's afraid of Amon. So she's afraid, she's fearful, and this whole episode she's just been unedged and fearful of Amon, and just wanting to really do anything. She was doing like airbending training. That's the most thing she can really do because it's relaxing, you know. She didn't join the pro bending stuff. She kind of like skipped practices and stuff like that because she was just so afraid, and she couldn't handle this stuff. And so that was the first part of the episode, which is also an insight on to later what happens. And I want to talk about that later on. So yeah, we end up seeing Mako get run over by this girl named Asami. He get hit by a moped that the girl's on and stuff like that. And they end up actually kind of flirting. So they end up going on a date. And then come to find out, Asami is a pretty important person. Not to mention they went into this freaking fancy restaurant. And so she ends up saying her Asami Sato. Her name is Asami Sato, and then he recognizes Sato, and he's like, "You can't be related to Hiroshi Sato." And he's like, "Well, yeah, that's my father." And he's like, "Oh, get out of town." That's what he said. He's like, "Get out of town." I was like, "What the heck?" So yeah, apparently she's a pretty important person with her father, and this person apparently made the cars that are in the Republic City. They made cars, all the most of those technology for the cars and stuff like that. You know, the industry of that industry got made. That's where all the cars came from. Is that dude? And so he hits an offer to meet her father, and he's like, "Well, okay, yeah, let's do that." And so this meeting with the father is actually going to be a very important role for them, so that does help. And so why I say that is because he ends up sponsoring the Fire Ferrets, and so they now have the money to go into the finals, so they're finally be able to do this. And they were like not even sure if they're going to be able to probe in anymore because of what's going on, and because got the money. Bolin's like, well, yeah, we're not going to be able to probably do this anyways because she's not because Korra's not he's not going for training, and so Korra's just because she's scared and everything. And so we end up seeing this guy named Tarlok also within the episode. He's a new character, and he's one of the councilmen for the Republic City. And apparently this guy is trying to force with force. He trying to make this group, this invasion group to crack down on all these chi blockers and stop Amon. They're trying to find Amon. They're trying to capture him and take him to justice. That's what he's trying to do. Tenzin, on the other hand, is like, doing this is not going to work. Force with force is only going to lead to something worse. This is not going to necessarily help us in the end, And, he had that kind of foresight because, he's a monk. He'd rather discuss and negotiate rather than use force and stuff. And he's like, well, we need to do this. We need to have to, we have to do something. We can't just let them roam around because they're gonna come after you. Or like, it might not be the triads. They're gonna come after you. They're gonna come after all the benders. And we gotta do something. And then he ended up referring 40 years ago that Avatar Aang had to fight against something that was some kind of threat that was running against Republic City. And so basically he was kind of referring to himself as Avatar Aang, which implies that he's putting himself as high as level as Avatar. As Avatar Aang. And so Tenzin's like, don't you ever put yourself in that kind of situation, to put yourself as high as freaking Avatar Aang, as my father. Like, that kind of made him mad. And, that was, it's just. It just didn't make sense why he would say something like that anyways. And so, regardless of what he said, he still made the group. And then he wants to recruit Korra. So this whole episode, he's been on it trying to recruit Korra, just one after another, giving her flowers, giving her just a car. Like what is she gonna do with a car? And she's just everything. He's just going crazy. And Korra is actually said no to the whole not going with Tarlok's group to raid these people for the fact that he is scared of Amon. She's been so on edge about this. She didn't even join this. Like normally Korra would be like, oh yeah, no, I'll definitely, let's do this. You know how she is, because she's very straightforward, like an earthbender. I don't know why she's originally a waterbender, but because her personality is of an earthbender. But yeah, she's like she says no to this, and so Tensei was actually surprised too. She's like, wow, if you ever need to talk or anything, if you're fearful of anything, you always have me. You can always come talk to me and everything, because he could tell that there was something wrong with her, and so she had to go to this banquet basically because that was Tarlok's invitation, and it was for her. It was like a celebration for the Avatar being in Republic City, and so she's like, you can't really say no to this. So she went, and she ended up getting cornered to the point to where she had to say, yeah, let's do this. So she ends up joining the whole gang and everything like that. She ends up finding out that they can play in the pro bending finals now and stuff like that too. But I don't think she's too concerned about it because she has to deal with other things. So she ends up doing this raid. They end up stopping the key blockers. They're like training key blockers. They're not even that good. So they end up capturing them, and then some other key blockers try to get Korra, but it didn't work. And then they captured the key blockers. And after that, they had a new press conference. And then she's like, then the press was like, hey, are you gonna find Amon? Like, when are you gonna find Amon? And like, the funny thing is, they just joined. They just made this group. She just joined. How are they gonna find Amon already? They just like, come on, that didn't make any sense. But she was just like, yeah, well, and then she's like, are you scared? And then the person said, are you scared of Amon? And she's like, no, I'm not scared. You know what? Tonight, you, me, at Avatar Memorial tonight. And so she ended up making an invitation to face Amon. Really, it's like she's not even prepared to face him, and yet she's like, I'm gonna do this. But she did it off of fear. In her right mind, she wouldn't have done that, but she's not in her right mind. And so Tensei's like, don't do this. And it's like, no, you can't change my mind. I'm gonna go do this. And so she ends up going, and she doesn't see Amon. Amon didn't come. And he's like, well, okay, I guess he's not gonna come. I guess he is a coward. And so she was walking away all casually, and then all of a sudden, freaking these chain rope thingies grab her foot, drags her into this really, really dark room. She couldn't see nothing, and she turns on her fire bending, surrounded by chi blockers. So it's like so many chi blockers. There was no way of getting out of that. She was like, I was like, oh my god. And so she was trying to fight off a bit. Her arms got chained, so she was just like stuck like this. Just like her dream. That's why I said it was insight. And so that's why I want to talk about. Amon about to take her bending away? No, he didn't do that because he's smart. He's not dumb. Amon is very smart. He's like, if he did that to you, then all it would do is show that I might be more of the villain than anything. He wants to get people to rally behind him and do it in a different way. He's not necessarily being super forceful. That's the thing. The benders are trying to be really forceful. So that's what he's trying to do. That's why he made this group. He's playing with these benders right now. He's trying to get them to switch, and then he's gonna get the people to be on Amon's side, and he needs those people. That's what he's trying to do. And so he's gonna I'm gonna save you for last, and then when we do fight, I will end you. I was like, Amon, he's so awesome. He's just so beast. He can't stop this guy. I really like his character, and so he does not take the bending away from her. So, but he ends up knocking her out, and then Tensei comes, and he's like, did you lose your bending? Are you okay? And stuff. And he's like, she turns her fire bending on. It's like, no, he didn't take it. And she's like, I'm so scared, and she was crying and everything because when everything happened. So that was the episode, and like I said, it was interesting to see this, and I wonder where this is all gonna go. And like I said, Amon's tactics are actually pretty smart. Like I said, he's really thought this all out. He knew that the benders gonna try to do this at some point. That's why he's just trying to make everyone rally. That's why he also was on the news, not on the news, but on the radio. I forgot to say that too. On the radio, he was all saying that it seems like they took up forces to take out my try to find me. They want to take me by force and all that stuff. And you see, they're still trying to oppress us, these benders and stuff like that. So he's already announcing all this stuff and going on airways and trying to get people to join. So it's just like, this is gonna be something really, really interesting. It's not, if they say this thing's not black and white, you know, this is just it's fighting factions. It's just I don't even know what to say. It's so interesting to see this. But what I want to know is, I'm curious about this because Korra has a dream and she already seen her foresight of her getting strapped up like that, got to get her bendings took away. But it wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. At the end of the episode, we see that again. So it's like foresight. She can already see what was about to happen to her. So then I'm curious, can she actually see into the future by her dreams? If that would be kind of interesting, that would help her a lot because she needs some kind of spiritual enlightenment. She needs some kind of spiritual guidance into being an avatar because she does not have that, and that's her weakest point in her. She needs that to be an avatar. If she doesn't have that, she's not a complete bender in a whole, honestly. And she still needs to learn airbending, and airbending is not going to come easy to her because of her stubbornness. So it's just, this is going to be all interesting how everything's going to play out. And I'm just looking forward to seeing the next episode and what's going to happen next. I can't tell with this anime. I mean, this cartoon, not anime. This cartoon. So I'm stoked. That's all I can say. So leave a comment below. And what do you think about this episode? What do you think's gonna happen next? I can't tell. And there's a lot of hilarity too with Bowling, by the way, too. But you know, just leave a comment below. Let's discuss this, people. Let's talk. Like if you like this review, subscribe to my channel for some more Legend of Korra reviews. This has been my Legend of Korra episode 4 review. And until then, break out.